Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another Back 4 Blood video. Today we're going to be talking about what I like to call Zoom cheese deck, in other words, how to run fast and power through levels. This is mostly intended for recruit or veteran, but of course you can use something very similar to this if you're playing on Nightmare mode and you want to try to do a speed run. Do keep in mind this really won't help out your team, so this is meant more as a solo play style so that you can try and get the fastest runs possible, or be able to progress very quickly and just leave your team all behind. That is of course an option too, but I don't recommend it as you're going to piss off your team when you're sitting in the safe room and they still have another 10 to 15 minutes that they have to push through enemies in order to get to the end. So let's go ahead and get started. First off is run like hell. This is going to give you 15% move speed, but it's going to tank your accuracy by about 20%. Yes, that is a negative thing, but at the end of the day, we're not really firing very much, so we really don't care. After that, we have Mad Dash, which is going to give us another 20% sprint speed, although you are going to lose a little bit of sprint stamina efficiency. We don't care too much early on about sprint stamina efficiency, we just want the fastest sprint speed we can get our hands on. And that's because we can do something where we do shift run, and then we quickly tap spacebar in order to get some hang time in the air, and we don't waste nearly as much stamina, so that efficiency becomes less and less impactful, but we will want it as we get into some of the longer levels. Now after that, of course, we have Cross Trainers. This is just an all-around good card. It gives you stamina regen, move speed, health. It's just awesome. I highly recommend you take it basically no matter what deck you're building. But at the end of the day, for this deck, we're going to take it in our third slot. Followed by that is going to be Energy Drink. This is going to give us 40% increased total stamina so that we don't constantly keep depleting and get stuck in sticky situations. After that, you have Natural Sprinter. This is going to make your overall max stamina a little lower, but since the energy drink is offsetting that, that's okay. And it's going to give us 100% increased stamina regeneration. That means when you run out, it's going to come back twice as fast. That is incredibly powerful, especially when you're constantly sprinting through an entire level. After that, we want even more mobility, and we're going to take Fleet of Foot. This is a card that's just going to give you even faster movement speed, and if you feel like you don't need this stamina regen from these cards in the back, you can take more run speed early on. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Again, now we have another stamina regen card, that's Cold Brew Coffee. Cold Brew Coffee is a great card as well. It just gives you 40% stamina regeneration, but at a slight efficiency disadvantage. But since we're not holding shift anyways, the efficiency doesn't matter that much at the end of the day. We really just want to regenerate it back as fast as possible, since we're doing that quick hold sprint and then tap spacebar to kind of coast through the air. After that, we're moving further down. This comes into more stamina, more sprint efficiency, so now we don't even have to do the jump on a lot of these levels, but because the levels are getting longer, we're going to need more stamina to get through them, which is why we chose to take Superior Cardio. Following that is Breakout. Yes, you can run this earlier, especially if you're playing by yourself, or if you don't play Afro Man, then Breakout is going to be necessary much earlier on. Otherwise, it's just going to reset your Breakout even faster. Continuing down here, we have Dash, which is just, again, more movement speed. Then we have Speed Demon. Since we're always using an SMG, we're going to have Speed Demon in here, which is going to give us 6% more move speed. You can move this up here. You don't have to have it if you don't like SMGs. This is just a card I personally enjoy. It gives more move speed as we always want, but it also allows me to use a weapon that is somewhat impactful and can help me quickly burn through a couple mobs in front of me. Moving down here now, as we're getting towards the bottom of the list, we have Olympic Sprinter. Olympic Sprinter is going to give you 30% sprint efficiency. Again, just more and more stamina efficiency to make everything work out at the end of the day. And then now we're getting into some of the more miscellaneous cards that you can choose to take earlier if you want. You can choose to take it in the middle or just not take them at all. These are really cards that are dependent on how you're feeling, what act you're doing, what mission you're on, and so on and so forth. So we have Double Grenade Pouch. Again, we don't care too much about our damage in this build because we're trying to sprint past as much as possible. So this is going to give us 2 offensive inventory, which is 2 more pipe bombs, 2 more Molotovs, whichever you prefer. Usually I go with pipe bombs when I'm doing this build, but at the end of the day, 2 extra pipe bombs can easily save your life when you're getting swarmed and you don't have any damage resistance. Moving down here to the last few options we have Hellfire, which gives you move speed while firing. Yes, I have seen builds where you actually just non-stop fire the SMG in order to get through the level even faster and increase your movement speed. Otherwise, you just get 5 movement speed while you're not firing. In all honesty, this card is straight up better than Dash, so I would honestly take it probably even further up. So let's go ahead and just move that up there. Hellfire is a straight up better version of Dash. There's no reason not to take it. But anyways, moving down to our last one here, we have On Your Mark. This would be, again, another card you could take early on, especially if you're trying to do speed runs, as you can get that out of the gate initial burst of speed, which is going to give you 15% move speed for 30 seconds after you exit the safe room. On shorter levels, this card is amazing. On longer ones, it starts to lose its impact. Now, there are other cards in here that we could talk about that are optional for you to take, such as Rhythmatic Breathing, which gives you 60% stamina, but you do have the risks of slows impacting you more so. I usually don't like this, as if you get hit by any zombie, you get a very minor slow, and it just becomes more and more impactful, so I tend not to take it. There are some other really crazy cards out there, like Recklessness, which gives you 40% sprint efficiency, but when you take damage while sprinting, you lose all of your stamina, so this card is extremely dangerous to take, which is why I tend just to avoid it overall. Use speed cards are also very useful. And the reason that is because use speed cards allow you to open doors very fast. They can allow you, if you are playing with friends, to revive them. You can also take something like Stimulants if you want to just pop a bunch of pain meds as you're running through a level to get that extra additional burst of speed even more so for another 30 seconds. And at the end of the day, guys, this whole deck, it's built for you to build the way you want. If you're missing some of these cards and you haven't unlocked them yet, that's fine. If you're trying to do a speed run and you want to switch all the move speed cards to the top, that's fine too. It really just depends on how you want to play the game and what is going to work for you and what you like. The whole goal of this is to be a great deck that you can use as a starting point for you to build some kind of high mobility deck that will allow you to power through levels quickly, whether that's to farm supply, or that's just to try and speed run, or that's to quickly unlock more levels so you can do the harder ones with your friends when you're trying to catch up. Well, that's pretty much it as far as the deck build goes. I hope you guys found something informational or informative here today that will help you to either build a better deck or help you to just get started in as far as the Zoom Zoom cheese deck goes, or get you some kind of a deck where you can power out that supply points and farm it as fast as possible, since we get the majority of it from completing levels. I know personally, I just love to watch it when my friends are sitting there trying to get through a level and I'm sitting nice and safe and cozy in the safe room. I think it's absolutely hilarious, but of course, don't be a jerk to people online. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Game Advisor. Subscribe if you want to see more Back 4 Blood content, and I'll see you next time.